Hi guys, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Friday the 17th of February. I want to use the Golden Girls Tarot for this reading, and I'll just show you what these look like before I use the cards. I love this deck because it's just, you've got these ancient principles of the tarot and then it's combined with the Golden Girls. It's perfect. Whoever came up with this needs a medal. I think it's brilliant. Okay, so let's see what the cards have to say about Friday the 17th and what energy you'll be working with on this day. Let's have a look. Okay, one more shuffle. Okay, first card. Oh, the Ace of Pentacles. That's good news. The Eight of Pentacles. Okay, so this is a great day to work. Wow, okay. Not only can you make inroads, but you can achieve the impossible as such. And then we've got the Five of Pentacles. Oh, that changes the tone a little bit. So the Eight of Pentacles, and all of the Pentacles cards, by the way, are in the element of Earth. And Earth in the tarot has to do with your career and your income and your bank balance, your savings, your physical health, your physical environment, the structure of your day. So it's all these earthy things that you engage with and that are an important part of your life. And the Eight of Pentacles is about being very hardworking and getting a lot done. So the Ace of Pentacles is a blessing from the universe in terms of your career and your work. So if we just had these two cards, it would be like, hooray, today is the day to make breakthroughs happen, to create the masterpiece, to get the promotion, to be as prolific as you've never been prolific before, to really just be able to work 100% amazingly well and to get a good outcome as a result of that. But because the Five of Pentacles is about tough times and rejection, we've got both. We've got something marvelous and something that you would want to strive towards and welcome into your life. So something super positive. And then here we have something difficult and challenging. And in the middle, it says you're able to work well and you're able to take joy in the process of creation. And feel free to disagree with me on this. Via these two cards, this spread is saying to me, don't sweat the outcome so much. Don't worry about the details and what this will bring you or anything like that. But devote yourself to the work that you love and enjoy, because that will bring you joy and it will take you to a deeper level where you can even discover what your purpose is when it comes to work that you do, whether it's paid work or unpaid work. So to be creative, or you have a plan to open a business or anything like that. So what I'm getting by this card and the cake making is that be a little bit vigilant about what you do on this day. And, every hour, or maybe split it up into hourly intervals and say, okay, I was having breakfast there, and then I did a bit of admin, and then I played tennis, I did the layouts of the thing, and those kind of activities, look at which ones brought you most joy on this day. And maybe even rate them from 1 to 10, 1 being the worst, 10 being the best. And this is something you're doing already. And look at what brought you the most happiness, because there's an opportunity via this card to get somewhere with that activity, to flesh it out as such, to make it a more present part of your life so that you can engage with it more. So for instance, if for me, doing the Photoshop was like the most enjoyable experience, then maybe I can think about how I can, instead of spending 1 hour a day doing Photoshop, how can I bring it up to 4 or 5 because I just love it so much, just as an example, So that's really interesting, that the outcome isn't so important. What's important is how you feel when you do the work, because it will reveal something to you. Like someone jumping out of the cake. Okay, so the Ace of Pentacles is the universe saying, ta-da, here you go, have something. And Pentacles represents all those earthy material things, so houses and environment, like I mentioned. So something is delivered to you, so you could expect good news in terms of your circumstances. Maybe you get good news about your pay, or the fact that you can leave the lease and move somewhere like you wanted. But with this card here, I feel that you may also get bad news. So the important thing also is not to get too hung up on what's great and what isn't. It's ultimately to work at managing what's coming in and not to judge everything as it comes in either. Because something may appear as fabulous but not be, and something may be terrible but actually open something new. So that's the key thing, to be willing to engage with what's happening in your life, rather than to say, oh my God, why does everything only happen to me? You know, that kind of thing, which is not productive and also not true, because every other thing has happened to every other person on this planet as well. It's not just you. So look at the opportunities or the good stuff that's coming in. And again, ask that question, do I want to make this a structure in my life? Do I want to do more with this? Do I see a good outcome? So there will be an opportunity for something like that and potential good news. The Eight of Pentacles then is usually someone in a workshop just creating 8 pentacles which are pretty identical. So it's someone who's skilled, who can work consistently, who can create the same product over and over again. So it's work that's real quality and that takes a lot of know-how to be able to complete. And here it's very similar. So she's making this pink cake, which is got 3 levels and it's complicated, and she's doing a great job and putting frosting on it and everything. So any work that needs doing on this day, really aim to do it, because you'll be able to be super productive, use all of your skills in a focused, specific way, so that you can, at the end of the work, you'll be able to look back on it and say, I did this. I've now got something out of this. I created this through my efforts. And that's really satisfying in itself, I feel, on this day. And can also reveal bigger truths about what you really love to do. So if you have a lot on the to-do list, try and do as much as possible today, because you'll be surprised at how energized and productive you are. And then finally, the Five of Pentacles. This is usually 2 people out in the snow in front of the stained glass window, and the card has to do with tough times, ill health, rejection, because they've been kicked out of church. So this is interesting because she's also in front of a stained glass window, but she's wearing a purple cloak, and purple is the color of spirituality. So this is like, in a practical sense, the circumstance of, okay, you know, we're downsizing the company. We're going to have to make you redundant. Sorry, it's not a direct rejection, but it will still feel that way. It could be that, you know, the landlord needs to now sell the house, and you've got 2 months to move out because he's sold it already or something like that. So it's a difficult moment and period. But it actually reveals your strength in this case, because she's protected by this purple cloak. So as soon as she gets kicked out, she's like, well, I'll listen to my own spirituality. Thank you very much. So it may be raining outside, but I'll find somewhere else, or I'll create somewhere else. And also, interestingly enough, 5 in numerology is freedom. So that colors this a bit, because if something on the surface happens on this day that really you didn't want to hear, look at what that frees you from, because there'll be something in that. I mean, I don't want to give an example that's too obvious, so let me think for a second. If I'm, I don't know, let's see. Okay, if I get a huge dentist bill, and I'm like floored by it, and this isn't very good either, this example. Okay, if I get a huge dentist bill, it may, the reaction may be, I'm never going to pay this much for a crown again. I'm going to find another dentist, and you find a dentist who's much better, for instance. Or and this is how I kind of dream about my life, you then go to the new dentist who you fall in love with and get married to. Yeah, you see? So don't judge a book by its cover. Something that's may be untoward or unwelcome can turn out to be a real blessing. And again, the key thing I think about this day is this balance. and not to just be product oriented or results oriented, but process oriented. So this is what brings me joy. Yeah, okay. So the ace card counts as 1. 1 and 8 is 9. 9 and 5 is 14. 1 and 4 is 5. And 5 again in numerology is freedom. Yeah, and having a sense of my options are limitless. So I find particularly, in this case, it's freedom from a negative situation which no longer serves you, or financial freedom, or getting closer to it because something positive happens in your finances, or fundamentally freedom in your work because now you've discovered something that you love to do so much that you can structure more, and then you can get yourself in a position where you say, I can't believe I get paid for doing this because I just adore it. Okay, wow. Amazing. Okay, so I hope you have a wonderful day. If you'd like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. On the front page, click on Book Your Reading to order your reading with me. And in my personal readings, I use astrology, the tarot, numerology, and my intuition. So I combine all those things to answer any questions you may have. In terms of the astrology, I need your place of birth, date of birth, and time of birth to draw up your birth chart. Once I have that, I've got a blueprint of who you are. It shows me life purpose, default setting, what empowers you, specific things like relationships, home life, travel, education. And by using the progress chart and the transit, I can see what's coming up in future over the next few months and years and how you've changed over time. And the astrocartography is a great tool to look at what parts of the planet, like what, countries, cities, towns, will resonate for you specifically based on your astrocartography. So if you're interested in any of that, then please do get in touch with me for a personal reading. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Please hit subscribe and share the video online. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.